dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away at break of day. Okay. Find our long forgotten gold. Yeah. Right. Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you had a great time off. I hope you had a great international break and a great game week 7 before the break. Hey Light Rays, Yash, Todd, welcome to the stream. Todd says humming. Yeah, humming, one of my favorite songs. I just absolutely love that. Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away at break of day to find our long forgotten gold. Absolutely love this one. Anybody who's kind of loves Lord of the Rings, is just relates so much to this song. Anyways, oh yeah, reset the clock, of course. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get my gold if I don't reset the clock. As always, you always forget something. There you go. The clock is back. Thank you. And so is the invisibility cloak. Anyways, guys, so welcome to the stream. Thank you, Doug. Thank you. Todd says Messi Bekup. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. All right. So guys, finally, Yash says I had a 53 points last game week. I mean, that's nice, mate. That's fine. I had a decent enough game week last time. Obviously, most of my players played on the first day, and on the second day I just had Rogers. And that too because I swapped him with Diaz right at the end. I got 59 points. That's fine. Right now, just struggling around 3 million. Last week it was 4 million, and even this week it doesn't look too good for my team because of the fact that kind of we're unsure with all this Saka stuff and Havertz injuries. Saka kind of knock for England. It seems like every time Arsenal players are going for international duty now, one of the most important players are picking up injuries. Last time it was Odegaard. This time it was Saka. He played one game and then he had to come back with kind of a hamstring issue. I was thinking that that Saka would be good enough to start because even Carlsley, the England the previous England manager, said that it wasn't such a severe issue. But now, after the Arteta's update on the press conference, I'm a little bit less confident because Arteta actually said that he might be okay to start, and I don't trust Arteta with these updates. Where he really might be saying that he might not be playing this week. So you kind of have to second guess what Arteta is saying. And Saka wasn't spotted in the training as well. The training pictures. Havertz was spotted with the team at least. Last night some pictures came out. Havertz was with the team at least. Saka wasn't spotted, so a little bit concerned over there. So looking at not such good week until I make some transfers. I've got 2 free transfers as well. Thinking what to do. Diaz or Saka to Son or Johnson. I mean, Light Race, Diaz to Johnson seems like a no-brainer move at the moment. But the thing is, I'm kind of holding this move off a little bit because I really want to kind of just simply go to Cole Palmer next week. And, I'm just thinking that I'll just kind of take out Luis Diaz and simply move on to Cole Palmer. In case I want to get a Tottenham player, I'm thinking that I could simply move from Havertz to Solanke. Arsenal have got some tough fixtures coming up, Chelsea, Liverpool, and them lot. So it would not be a bad idea to kind of sell Havertz for Solanke, and Solanke's got some decent fixtures. You see Arsenal got 3 like really tough games: Newcastle away, Chelsea away, Liverpool home. So it might not be a bad idea to sell Havertz after this week to get some Spurs cover with Solanke. I mean, even this week is not bad, but the thing is, against Bournemouth, I'd possibly keep Havertz. So Diaz to Johnson seems like the right move to me. Because at least that he's a low cost entry into the Tottenham attack, and he's in form as well. Son's just coming back. But personally, for my team, I'm kind of planning to move on Luis Diaz to a Cole Palmer. Hopefully next week, not this week, because Chelsea, got a very tough fixture against Liverpool. But in this case, your options, I would go for Diaz to a Johnson. I like that better than the other one. By the way, guys, I don't think that today we are going to get any early team news or anything like that, especially with the first game being Spurs, and we already know who's gonna play for Spurs and what's the team news gonna be like. And Arsenal's game is like the last game of the day, so I'm not expecting too much team news trickling out, kind of related to Saka or anything like that. So we should kind of be looking to just kind of lock our teams early. FPL Tony just sent a message. He said, kind reminder that whoever tells you before the FPL deadline about Saka starting or not is just guessing, so make your own decisions. So the guy who always leaks some team news for us, he's saying that anybody tells you about Saka is just guessing, so make your own decisions. Thanks, already own Palmer. Johnson sounds good. If you own Palmer, I guess Johnson's a no-brainer, my friend. Juggernaut says, my gut feel says Saka will start. I mean, to be honest with you, Jugs, this is not an easy game for Arsenal. I mean, Bournemouth are not the kind of team who can kind of sit back. They actually attack, they kind of attack. And they've been pretty confident at their own stadium, the Vitality Stadium. So if you remember, like Everton were leading 2-0 until I think 76th minute, and then they scored 3 goals quickly. So yeah, Johnson says, did you check your Twitter message? Yeah, yes, Johnson, I guess I did reply to you. Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I just said hello to you. Yeah, I remember. Don't worry, I'll have a look. I'll let you know. Nothing to do, mate. I think your team looks fine. Your team looks alright, bro. I don't think you have to do anything. You've got 3 free transfers. If you want, you can move on Alexander-Arnold to a cheap player. Move on Luis Diaz to a Palmer if you want, and then Calvert-Lewin if you want to a Solanke, or simply a Semenyo to a Brennan Johnson. But these moves can be made next week as well. Are you looking to move on Saka then? No, Jugs. Even if Saka's not playing this week, I'm kind of... The thing with Saka is, although I want to keep him for the longer term, but short term his fixtures are not that good. So if anybody wants to kind of take a punt on somebody like a Phil Foden, I would not be against that at all. You want Saka back in game week 12. You don't want Saka really before that. So if anybody's kind of thinking to take a punt on, somebody like a Phil Foden, for the next 4 game weeks, I think that's absolutely fine. I think that's not a bad idea to kind of move on Saka and get Phil Foden. That's absolutely something which is doable. And honestly speaking, I don't even have too much value tied up in Saka. It's just 0.1 million. So if I want, I can do it. But as of now, I'm not thinking. The thing is, I've not seen City at their attacking fluent best. That's the reason Haaland's been kind of struggling for returns the past 2 game weeks, because City haven't been fluent. So that's why I am not kind of... Foden should get 75 or odd minutes, mate. I don't think that's an issue. Foden should play. Because KDB, although he's not very far away from fitness, I don't think, like Pep said, he might not be ready for this one. So if KDB doesn't start, I'd say Foden should get 75 odd minutes, definitely. But I don't have any issues there. Like currently this week, my team actually doesn't look really good because like Luis Diaz. He played, I think, 150 odd minutes for Colombia in the international break. But I think because it's a tough game against Chelsea, if Luis Diaz is able to start, I think he'll play 70 minutes. Not expecting too much from him. Mbeumo plays against Manchester United. Not expecting too much there. Again, Rodgers plays away at Fulham. Fulham is a bit of a difficult team. So not hoping much. The only thing I'm hoping for is kind of captaincy here. For captaincy to kind of shine through. That's all I'm hoping for. If you get the captaincy right, I guess you don't you don't kind of lose by too much. You stay within touching distance. Yes, says, what transfers are you planning this week? My initial plan was to kind of sell Luis Diaz, and get kind of Johnson, but I've kind of decided against it a little bit because later on I want Palmer as well. So if I get Brennan Johnson in place of Luis Diaz, then I'll still be more pressed for money when I want to get in Palmer as well. Technically, I thought about doing Havertz to Solanke in case I got some news, but I haven't. So, for now, I think at this moment in time, I'm kind of leaning towards just rolling my transfer. But at the back of my mind, I do have the this kind of idea that Brennan Johnson could be a really good asset to own in the shorter term. Jackson says no Spurs assets as of this moment. I don't. Jug says I'll play Dibbling this game week instead of Rodgers. And Jug says if I was you, I'd possibly play Rodgers ahead of Dibbling. Rodgers is just the plays for a better team, and when he's on it, he's when he's at it, he's really at it. So I just trust Rodgers more than I do Dibbling. Girid says Jackson, Carvalho, Trent, Diaz. Which two would you take out? I'd take out Diaz and Carvalho. Because Carvalho did not start last week, right? So, I'm not sure if he's kind of a nailed-on asset, and you always kind of want, and since you've got these Dibblings and kind of Rodgers and all these players in the same price bracket, so you always want to get kind of the players who are actually playing. You don't want your bench players to be the ones who kind of don't play. So, can I do Saka and Havertz to Solanke and Palmer? Of course you can do it, but Palmer plays against Liverpool, conceded 2 goals in the first 7 game weeks. I don't think this is the right week to kind of bring in Cole Palmer. The better time would be next week when actually Palmer has a better fixture. They play against Newcastle at home. I think that's a better fixture. Newcastle away from home are not that good. So if you want to get in Cole Palmer, I think next week would be a better time to do it. James would start. The thing is, with Cucurella being suspended, I think they're kind of having issues on the left back position. And they said James was training, and they might move Gusto to left back, and then James might start on right back. But I think they'll simply put Disasi over there or something like that. I don't think James will start. They would put in James really quickly like that. I really want to stay away from Reece James even when he comes back. Every time I get him, he gets injured. Keep or sell Diaz, can sell to get who? Sylvester, I mean, technically, if you don't have anything else in your team to fix, or you don't have any future kind of projections, which you want in your team, I think you can replace Diaz. For somebody like a Brennan Johnson, could be a really good option to get. Beyond that, I really don't. I mean, if you can get Phil Foden, I think Phil Foden can be a decent kind of option, but you need more money for that, right? You can't simply swap him for Phil Foden. So Brennan Johnson and Phil Foden will be my options, really. But can we do Havertz to Solanke this game week and next week bring in Palmer? The issue, Yash, in this question is that actually out of Saka and Havertz, I'm actually more expectant of Havertz to start and lesser of Saka. So you're actually transferring out the player who has got a better chance to start and keeping the one who doesn't. So that's the issue. Otherwise, I think you can do it if you want to, yes. Josie says, Mikilanko or Smith Rowe this week? Love the vids, by the way. Thank you so much, mate. I would start Smith Rowe, mate. Always prefer the attacker over the defender. And I think Smith Rowe is just a fantastic asset for the value he offers. So I would go with the Smith Rowe over Mikilanko. And hope that Everton concede. Although I feel that Everton's gonna have a turn of fortune now with all these good fixtures coming up. So this is the reason I'm not selling kind of Calvert-Lewin now and keeping him. Otherwise, I could have easily sold him for Chris Wood, who also has a good set of fixtures. Konsa or Robinson to start, and I have Rodgers. So if Rodgers is in your starting 11, I would say you start. You start Konsa, I guess, if you have Rodgers in your team as well. You kind of play you kind of double up on Aston Villa and hope they beat Fulham. Although it's going to be a tough game, I don't expect either Fulham or Aston Villa to keep a clean sheet. So I think both of them should concede. If Fulham can go away to City and score 2 goals and they almost drew the game there. They played really well. So I'm thinking they're gonna score against Aston Villa as well. So it's not much difference between Robinson and Konsa, to be honest with you. Jug says, do you think Liverpool could keep a clean sheet against Chelsea at home? Actually, Jugs, you know what? I really want to see how Chelsea play against a big team. I'm actually really interested in watching this game because the first game against Manchester City that we saw, it was like not like at that time Maresca's philosophy hadn't kind of bedded in the Chelsea players. Now that they've kind of played a few games, I actually really want to see Arne Slot's Liverpool against Maresca Chelsea and see how they actually play, because beating smaller teams or kind of lesser teams is a different proposition, but going head to head against a kind of a title rival or a top 4 rival, whatever you want to call them, it's interesting. So if you like, this question is very difficult for me to answer. I would I would just kind of wait and watch. Liverpool obviously have 2 conceded goals this season, so obviously they're doing something right, but the level of opposition that they've come against has also not been the same as Chelsea. Chelsea are attacking wise, Chelsea are like really, really good. So I think it's hard for Liverpool to keep a clean sheet if you ask me at this moment in time. Yash says, next week I'll have 3 free transfers and 0.4 in the bank if I don't do a transfer. That's great, Yash. It's again, the point is do you want to go ahead and make your transfers now, or do you want to wait? That's the whole issue. The next kind of fixture, when the fixtures kind of swing, game week comes in, game week 12, and that's when everybody's going to be playing their wildcards. You also want to have an eye on those players which those people will get in on game week 12 wildcard, and you want to kind of build up to it, because you don't have your wildcard left, especially for those people like me who already played their wildcard. Then what you should kind of do is look at what drafts they are making for game week 12 and strive to get the players. For example, everybody will get Arsenal players in game week 12, right? So if you kind of take out somebody like a Havertz or a Saka or whatever, so you have to have a plan to get them back by game week 12, because many people will wildcard in game week 12, and then you have to kind of make a plan. How will you get those players? Cole Palmer, for example, people will have Cole Palmer, Saka, the trio of Saka, Palmer and Haaland. Do you have a way to get them in? Can you match those teams? Because in the end, those are the teams which you are competing with, right? So you have to have a plan. Todd says bench Emil Smith Rowe, Rogers or Vardy. I mean, Vardy I would definitely play. Between ESR and Rogers is the doubt. I guess you can play ESR. Todd, I don't think there's going to be much between them. I just feel that ESR has a higher ceiling. He's kind of becoming the talisman of that team a little bit. Not really on penalties, so can't call him the talisman, but he's very important for the team. Central figure of that team. So Vardy and Emil Smith Rowe, I guess. A difficult question though to really answer. You're welcome, mate. So it's Mr. Mays says, would I be stupid to keep Eze in the team? Only got one free transfer with Smith Rowe in the bench. To be honest with you, Eze and Crystal Palace have been underwhelming. I don't have any. I expected Eze to do well. But Crystal Palace themselves have underperformed so much, mate. This is the reason, it's kind of hard to, advocate keeping Eze. But if you want, you can keep him for one more game week and then kind of decide what you want to do with him rather than sell him this week, because they play against Nottingham. Although Nottingham Forest is, kind of very, very frugal in defense. But I'd say if you want, you can keep him for one more week. In case you just cannot tolerate him in your team, then just sell him. It's pretty simple, bro. Then just sell him. 100% of the predicted lineups state that Foden is going to start. Emma at Jump the Wave has predicted 100% of the fans think that Foden is going to start. Lightrace says, what are your moves this week, game week quiz? As of now, Lightrace, I haven't made any moves, and I'm kind of contemplating whether I should simply just roll the transfer and have 3 free transfers next week so that I can simply just bring in Cole Palmer. But I have some kind of moves on my mind which I'm kind of contemplating at the back of my mind to think whether I should make them or not. One of which is kind of, Havertz to Solanke, Diaz to a Brennan Johnson, or simply should I move out Trent Alexander-Arnold and Luis Diaz to get Cole Palmer 1 week ahead of my plan, because I really want to get him. Why not get him 1 week ahead of my plan? So this is what I'm thinking, but let's see what happens. I am kind of thinking at the back of my mind, not committing to any kind of idea right now. So in case I don't feel like it, I will not make any transfers and I'll simply go in with this team. Just a second, what is he saying? Martin Odegaard. No. Nothing. I don't think anything is forthcoming, guys, so I guess I should stop looking at Twitter. Anyways, so Asmir says, what do you think about Liverpool versus Chelsea fixture? I think this is going to be a scoring game. I don't think either team will keep a clean sheet in this one, mate. I think they'll both score. But really disappointed with Diaz. No great output in the last two. Well, I mean, in the last game week he didn't even play, Yash. So he just came on in the last few minutes, and you can't expect him to. I mean, you always Luis Diaz is never kind of a talisman figure. Yes, he was in red hot form and uptrending, and we kind of brought him in on our wildcards. But obviously he's not a long-term keep. I just got him for the 2 game weeks, and I'll take him out. CAV says, morning Wiz, good morning mate, I hope you're doing well. Still on Rashford. Easy move to Brennan. I'd say yes, mate. I think it's a pretty easy move to Brennan. I think until United's managers' issues are sorted out, I think it's better, best to avoid their players. So I would move him on to Brennan. Yes, please give it a like to the stream, guys. Thank you so much for the shout out, Jugs. Jirit says Diaz and Carvalho. Brennan Johnson to Harvey Barnes. Diaz and Carvalho to Brennan Johnson and Harvey Barnes. I don't like Harvey Barnes. Like Newcastle are kind of, you know, such a hot and cold team. You know, although they've got like, you know, like and on top of that they've got some such tough fixtures coming up, like away to Chelsea, away to Arsenal. You really want to get Harvey Barnes? I'm not really interested in Harvey Barnes that much, mate, to be honest with you. I wouldn't go there. Brennan Johnson is great, but then you have to look for somebody else, somebody like a Morgan Rogers, you know, or somebody of that other, you know, like in the same ilk kinda, but not Harvey Barnes. Wouldn't go there, mate. Start Mikalenko, Greaves, or Hall? I would start Mikalenko, mate. Will Diaz start for Liverpool? It's a difficult question, but if you ask me, in my personal opinion, I think he will. And on which I'll just like to take all of you to kind of Emma at Jump the Wave, and I'd like to show you what the fans think rather than what I think. Personally, guys, I always trust the fans more than I do myself, because I'm an Arsenal fan. I tend to know a lot more about Arsenal than I do about other teams. So like here, Manchester United predicted lineup, Tottenham we already know who's going to start, Newcastle we already know who's going to start, City obviously is always crooked, but the interesting part about City is that 100% of the fans seem to think that Foden is going to start, you know, so this is a very good, you know, and for those who own Lewis like me, 88% of the fans seem to think that Lewis is going to start. Now with Liverpool, I think we're already pretty much clear. I think Alisson is injured. Other than that, pretty much clear. Just a second. So Liverpool, we're here about Luis Diaz. So 90% of the fans seem to think that Luis Diaz is going to start, right? And what about Cody Gakpo? 10% of the fans seem to think that Cody Gakpo is going to start. And 14% of the fans seem to think that Jones isn't going to start, which means that like McAllister is obviously going to be back after his suspension. How about it? Yeah, I think it was him only, McAllister. So McAllister is back now. I think it's pretty much the fans seem to think that Luis Diaz is going to start, just like I told you. That's what I seem to think as well. So it kind of matches. Avnish says, hey, it's been a while. Hey, Avnish, welcome to the stream, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Azmir says, thinking of doing Trent Alexander-Arnold to Poro to free up some funds in the future weeks. Yeah, I mean, you can do that. I'm not against that. I mean, that's a move that I've been thinking as well. But the thing is, Trent Alexander-Arnold has been the only defender in my team which has actually been scoring some points, you know, so kind of makes it difficult for me to transfer him out. But if you see here, Trent has been, you know, like consistently getting points, like 8, 6, 6, 11, 8. But obviously he's been against the weaker teams, kind of the smaller teams. Ipswich, Brentford, United game was a kind of a, you know, complicated one. But I mean, he had a goal ruled off, you know, or I think it was Salah who touched the ball offside. Then Bournemouth, you know, Wolves, Crystal Palace. They're different kind of teams. I mean, it's no Chelsea's, Arsenal's out there, and these next two fixtures are against Chelsea and Arsenal. So definitely can transfer out Trent, and yeah, you can bring in Pedro Porro if you want. If you don't have enough money, you can bring in somebody like a Wende as well. You know, 8 Nouri as well. I have my eyes on. So this is one transfer which I have planning for my own team as well. You know, just to kind of get some cover, you know, but this is not a bad idea, mate. If you didn't make the moves, would you play Dribbling over Rashford or Rogers? I wouldn't play Dribbling over Rashford or Rogers, mate. I would play Rashford and Rogers. I mean, as long as Ten Hag is there, I know that Rashford is going to start, because I think he has a soft corner or something for Rashford, or he feels that he needs an arm around the shoulder kind of behavior, you know. So I would play Rashford and Rogers over Dribbling, you know. And Rashford's been actually coming a little bit into form these past few weeks, so why not kind of ride the wave a little bit, you know. Brentford, they have a tendency to concede some goals, you know, so why not? Avnish says Gabriel, Oro, Dean, Keane, Faze. Am I at the worst backline at the moment and don't know who to start? Please help. Play Mikalenko or Greaves? I'll play Mikalenko over Greaves. Gabriel, Poro, Dean, Keane. I mean, Gabriel and Porto are absolutely fine. Obviously, Michael Keane has been pathetic, and when like Jared Branthwaite comes back, I think he's going to be out of the team. Dean, yes. I mean, if you want, you can replace him. You can, you can get somebody like an 8 Nuri. You can get somebody like a Wendon Wen. Keane and Fez are obviously 4 million defenders. I don't really want you to replace them. CAV says, is Brennan 100% fine? He pulled out of the Wales squad. I think Brennan should be fine. I don't think there's an issue there. Let me see what the fans seem to think. So for Tottenham, I guess all the fans kind of voted for him to start, haven't they? Just a second. Brennan Johnson. Yeah, 100% of the fans seem to think he's going to start. 100% of the fans seem to think that. Yeah. Lighter says, give the stream like everyone. Thank you so much for the shout out, mate. Guys, please, if you haven't liked the stream, I would really appreciate it if you hit a like. And our friend and a regular member of the community, Todd, he's starting a fantasy draft league 30 minutes after the deadline. The league is called Wisdom. Thank you so much for that name. I love that. And the entry code is given. I've pinned the message, so it'll just be 16 slots, guys. And if you want to join in the draft, you just use the league code and join it. If anybody's interested, please consider that. FPL Jug says, come on, Wiz, Dribbling plays against Leicester. He's the best shot he's got. Yeah. I mean, if you want to play Dribbling, that's fine, mate. I mean, I don't have an issue, but Leicester is not as bad at defense as we were thinking. You saw their game against Arsenal as well. I mean, they're like Arsenal found it hard to kind of break them down, although they did it in the end, but it wasn't as easy as and Southampton are they're really not good at attacking at all. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to give Dribbling a chance over Rodgers, I don't think there's too much to choose between them. So yeah, I mean, you can play Dribbling if you want to, mate. I mean, I agree with you there that it's the best chance he's got. Maybe a better chance against Ipswich, but why not? Being an Arsenal fan, what does your gut say about Havertz and Martinelli to start? Is there a good transfer this week? If you ask me, mate, I think Martinelli, he came back from calf injury. He had a calf injury, I think. The thing is, Arteta did not give a definitive statement on Martinelli. He said he came back with a calf injury, but he came in so late that I haven't had a chance to talk with him or something like that. But he said he did a bit of training or something, but we'll see what happens. So that's what he said on Gabriel Martinelli. If you ask me, I feel that this is not even a game for Martinelli because, Bournemouth is kind of a very tight stadium. If you mean, the pitch is like people are sitting right next to the pitch. I think Martinelli thrives much more in pitches which are wide, which got wide spaces, because he likes to run in behind, and it's like a traditional, very old kind of stadium vitality. So in my opinion, I think Martinelli might get a rest with Trossard coming in for Martinelli. In terms of Havertz, I think Havertz will start. I think Havertz, you know what I mean, right? Like Havertz was left out of the German squad because of an injury or whatever. Now, if Arteta comes out and says, yes, Havertz is absolutely fine to start, that will land Havertz in trouble with the national team as well, because, he's kind of said that he's got an injury. So Arteta could not categorically come out and say that, no, Havertz is going to be okay and he's going to play. So he just kept it a little bit dicey. But in my opinion, I think Havertz has a good chance to play in this game. Yesas says, I've got 2 free transfers, planning to get in Palmer for Diaz, maybe another defender for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Being a Chelsea fan, I really want a Chelsea player in my team to make FPL more fun. Yesas, I mean, I'm not saying that Palmer is not a good asset. I'm just saying that you can wait one more week to get Palmer. So but it's totally up to you what you want to do with your own FPL team. But if I was in your place, I would simply kind of Keep your free transfers and get in Palmer next week. You know, that won't make you any less of a Chelsea fan, but in terms of FPL, that'll actually, you know, kind of give you easier fixture to start Palmer with. CAV says strange. He played the first half of Iceland game and scored, and then he was subbed and not in the squad for the Wales second game. Yeah, I mean that's fine. Sometimes it's just you know, some small issues, I guess, because I haven't like really, because in my notes whatever I made, I don't see anything kind of related to Brennan Johnson not being fit. You know, the mostly actually Ange Postecoglou was speaking about Son and Richarlison in his press conference. He didn't really even talk too much about Brennan Johnson, which made me assume that he's going to be all right. He's going to be fine. But I'm hoping for the best, fingers crossed. Well, it's between Dibbling and Rodgers, who plays a much tougher Fulham. Then, I mean, Jugs, if you want, you can definitely go with Dibbling. I don't think there's much difference in the ceiling of both the players, so why not? Navneet says, hey, this is my team. Rhea, Gabriel, Faze, Lewis, Rodgers, Luis Diaz, Mbumo, Saka, Solanke, Haaland and DCL, Semenyo, Robertson, Konza. I have 2 free transfers. What should I do? 2 free transfers, huh? I think your team looks fine, mate. I don't think you really need to make a transfer. As long as you don't want to take out Luis Diaz. Your team looks absolutely fine, Navneet. You can roll a transfer, in my opinion, if you want to. Team looks okay. Avneet says, good observation. Cheers, Wiz. Cheers, mate. I hope you have a great game week. CAV says, Rodgers is fine, but he had a knock against United and didn't train much when he was with under 21s. He did play games, though. I think he's going to be all right, Rodgers. You know, in my notes, when Emery was talking, I made some notes from the press conference. And in that, he didn't say anything about Rodgers, but he actually told us about Ezri Konsa, John McGinn, Ezri Konsa, even Philogene is fine, he says. And Emery said that this is the first time we have more or less every player available to play. So the injuries kind of only 2 long-term players for Villa are out now. I think Mings and Boubacar Kamara. Beyond that, I think all the players are available. So I think that's a good thing for Aston Villa, who are kind of in the Champions League. So they'll need the squad depth, right? Avinish says, but who can even replace Martinelli? Last game, Trossard and Martinelli started together. I mean, if Gabriel Jesus kind of plays striker, Trossard can play on the left-hand side. And Havertz, Declan Rice and Thomas Partey can play in the midfield. And you know, obviously Sterling can come in and chip in as well. So I mean, there's lots of players that can. For example, on the left hand side, Arsenal can play Trossard, they can play Martinelli, they can play Raheem Sterling. On the right hand side, obviously we really got Saka, and in case we want to kind of replace him, we can play Sterling over there as well. But there's not much depth on the right wing. Left wing, we have a lot of players to play. And Jesus, I think if he's gonna be fine, I think he'll play for as a striker. Rory says, I need to use my 2 free transfers or wildcard. If I use my 2 free transfers now, I will probably wildcard in the next 2 game weeks. It is better to wildcard now and save the 2 free and build to 5 free. Rory, I think I was not against wildcarding. I mean, in this game week. But I think you're cutting it too close to wildcard now. We just got like 20 minutes to go to the deadline, right? So I think when you're wildcarding, it needs a proper planning, and you know, you kind of need to spend some time, you know, before you wildcard. So you know, I'd say if you can kind of live or survive this game week with 1 free transfer, just make 1 free transfer, just get the player which you really desire, and then with proper planning, then you use your wildcard. Also, you know, when we are coming back from an international break, there's sometimes the momentum swings of teams. You always want to kind of survive the first game week after the international break, and then kind of use your wildcard when you can read a little bit more into the form of each team, and you know which player is performing how. So I guess survive this game week, or just kind of roll your transfers, and if you want to wildcard, then wildcard next week and not this. And in case you feel that you know you can just kind of make a couple of transfers and keep your wildcard, then I think the best time for you to use your wildcard is in game week 12. Because that time we get this fixture swing of different teams like Arsenal's, and you get fixture swings for many other teams as well. So that'll be the ideal time to wildcard in case you can kind of use your free transfers and take your team into that. This time, as of now, right now, I would not recommend wildcarding. You don't have enough time to kind of properly plan it. And if you've already had it planned, then you can kind of just pull the switch and kind of just make your transfers. CAV says Villa do have a full squad and he may see slightly less minutes now. That is possible, but the place where he is playing as a second striker, I don't think anybody else can kind of do that role. Maybe Diaby could have done that role, but he's not there now. Philogene and Leon Bailey are more of a wingers. I don't think they can play the same role as a second striker as Rogers does. So I hope for the best, and he's just kind of a cheap player to kind of fill a hole in our teams, and just hope for the best for him. Will Diaz start? I think he will, but you always. But if you ask me, I think he will. I mean, Cody Gakpo and Diaz kind of played similar minutes in the international break. Check the group. What's in there? Hearing Saka is out of the match today. Nah, that's a fake account, isn't it? That's a fake account, Fadzili. That should be Buna. FPL Buna is making a fake account. That's not Charles Watt's real account. I follow Charles Watts. I know that is not his account. So I own Salah. What shall I do with the Liverpool entering a tough phase? I would keep Salah, mate. If I had Salah, I would keep him. I think Salah is a great option. I mean, Salah is the kind of player, for example, everybody who owns Luis Diaz is kind of harping about whether he will start, whether he will not start. Salah is the kind of player we know that he's definitely going to start, right? So yeah, absolutely. I think Salah you can keep Salah, bro. And later on, when if you want, you can move him on to Palmer. And then Saka as well. Then I mean, the trio to have really in the upcoming game weeks would be Saka, Palmer, and Haaland. So that'll enable you easily to move to that formation. Mings and Kamara may even be back in the squad for the first time today. That would be nice. It's been a while since we've seen Mings anywhere close to the team. Any idea about Foden's minutes? I really doubt the minutes of Diaz from here onwards. And my midfield is Semenyo, Mbumo, Saka, Diaz, and Rogers. I really want some firepower in the midfield. Foden in. Foden's minutes should be assured, in my opinion. I think Foden should get 75 plus minutes. Especially with KDB not being ready for this game week, I think initially for the short term, Foden should be really good. And you get him before everybody else does. It'll give you some much required push for your team. Yeah. Best 4.5 million defender. I guess the thing is, 8 Nouri I really like, but the problem with 8 Nouri is, that they don't keep too many clean sheets. They don't keep any clean sheets. Wolves, that's the only problem, and you can't rely all the time on. What's happening to my stream, guys? Is my stream lagging? What's happening? Can you hear me? Just a second. Please let me know, guys. Can you hear me? All fine, says Lightways. Alright, maybe it's just an issue with my machine. Where was I? Alright, audio is good. Cheers, mate. I'm sorry, I thought it's kind of working. Alright, let's just stay on the topic. Best 4.5 million defender. 8 Nouri can be one. Van de Ven is 4.6, but I think I like him a lot as well. Beyond that, I mean, Collins from Brentford is fine if you're looking for a defender as well. Solanke out, Havertz in. What do you think? I wouldn't transfer out Solanke for Havertz in this game week. I definitely would not. I would keep Solanke if you have him, bro. Steph Mavdidi or Smith Rowe. I would start I mean, if you have Mavdidi, why not start Mavdidi against Mavididi against against a weaker team rather than Smith Rowe against Aston Villa? I mean, if you already own him, then I would start Mavididi, bro. Keeping Robertson or change him with Alexander Arnold. I would not. I would not replace him with Alexander Arnold. I would much rather move to a defense like I would, which have better fixtures. Liverpool have got like Arsenal, Chelsea, these kind of teams in the next, in the next few game weeks. And why would you want to kind of, get Trent Alexander-Arnold now? I would not do that. Double Arsenal defense or only one good? I think at this moment in time, if you have already got a double up, then you keep him. But I would not suggest you to kind of double up on them now because they've got Chelsea, Liverpool, Newcastle. The tough games coming up for Arsenal. So you already own the double defense, you keep it, but don't double it up now. Bekalu says Villa has Rogers, Watkins, Wood, Diaz, and Saka. These players I'm willing to change this week. I've got 2 free transfers. Wood is good. I would not change Wood. Even Watkins, Rogers is fine. Diaz and Saka, if you want, you can. Maybe move Diaz to Foden if that's possible. Maybe Diaz to Brennan Johnson. I mean, that's the easiest kind of move. Can you check if Mazraoui starts? Yeah, definitely, bro. I can check my notes if that's all. I've already always make notes. It helps me during the streams. So Mazraoui was pictured in training, mate. So Mazraoui should start in the opinion of Mazraoui should start. When to sell Watkins? I'm thinking game week 10. Yeah, I mean game week 10 would be would be fine. I think for now Fulham and Bournemouth you can keep him, and after that it's just like fixtures are Spurs away, Chelsea away, Liverpool away. Very tough fixtures. So yeah, I mean Watkins can be sold in game week 10. If you have a better option, you can even sell him before that. But I guess game week 10 is when the fixture swings. Against a weakened Chelsea defense, Salah could have a field day. Agree with that totally. Best 4.5 million defender. There's no best 4.5 million defenders, but I guess 8 Nouri is good. Van de Ven is good. Collins from Brentford is fine. But this like at 4.5 you can't really expect too much from a defender. You got a little bit more money. I mean, you can think about Rico Lewis from Manchester City as well. No, there's just no rumors of Saka, guys. There's just like fake accounts, just kind of don't trust anybody, guys. I'll let you know if we've got any good leaked news. I'll let you know. I don't think we're gonna get any news. Join the stream late. Is Saka okay to play? No, we don't have any concrete news about Saka, my friend. Devendra says, would you suggest playing Rogers in for any of these? Bruno, Gordon, Johnson, Gundogan, Havertz, Haaland, Watkins? No, mate. I would play all of the others in front of Rogers. Brennan or Madison? I would go with the Brennan over Madison. Shopnan, I really wouldn't need any Spurs leaks, to be honest with you, mate. We already know what the Spurs team is going to be. Son is going to start on the left wing. Solanke is going to start as a striker. On the right wing, there's going to be Brennan Johnson. We already know who's going to be there. I don't think we need any leaks. In defense, we already know there's going to be Udogie, and then there's going to be those 2 central defenders, and then there's going to be Pedro Porro. So it's already, we already know who's going to start there. I don't think, Romero and Van de Ven and Porro, and then there's going to be, we already know. So I don't think we need any leaks for Spurs, mate. Locking in the transfer, Trent to Porro for the longer term and funds to bring in Palmer. That's fine, Azmir. I'm not against that. I think that's not a bad move to make at all. DCL to Jimenez. I mean, DCL has a good run of fixtures. If you want, you can keep DCL as well. That's all I want to say about that. Yeah, I guess where you're coming from, I can understand where you're coming from. But Fulham have got a fixture against like Aston Villa, which is not an easy game, and DCL has a fixture against Ipswich. So I guess you can keep DCL for this game week, and then this, come back to the same decision a little bit later as well. So yeah. Just think about that. Andy sold Saka for Son. Andy, that's fine. I mean, if you want, you can go with Son. I really don't. I'm not really interested in Son. If I wanted to sell Saka, I would sell him for Foden. I wouldn't sell him for Son. I think I'd be more interested in simply get Brennan and cover Spurs. Wiz thoughts on buying McNeil instead of Brennan. I mean, McNeil is fine, mate. But the thing about McNeil again, it's it's fine. McNeil has been amongst the goals. He's been doing all right, but I think Brennan's returns have been much more consistent. So, and you always have to prefer the player from the better team. So if you ask me, I would go with Brennan over McNeil. What do you think of McNeil? He's good, Lee. I've got nothing against McNeil, guys. The only thing is Everton as a team, they've not been performing well. They kind of drew with Newcastle. They kind of lost to drew with Leicester. They lost to Aston Villa, lost to Bournemouth, lost to Tottenham. The team which has one win entire season. So yes, McNeil has been doing well, but I prefer Brennan Johnson over him. But if anybody doesn't have the budget, obviously I think McNeil is good. Brennan has 7 and 7, but only 3 goals in the Prem. But he's been playing well. He's scored. He's scoring the same type of goals you want a right winger to score. He's not cutting in on his left foot and kind of, curling the ball in, like a finesse. He's actually just running towards the goal and shooting with his right boot, something like Walcott used to do. So I really like that. There's not many players in the Premier League who can do that. You think Diaz would start? I think so, but it's just speculation at this moment in time. McNeil is kind of, McNeil does take like corners, free kicks and everything. So obviously he's got many avenues to goal, and Brennan just has the open play. But you get my point, right? Like, it's not... Let's see. I mean, Brennan and McNeil both are good. It just depends on your personal choice. I'm just telling you my own personal choice, which one I would take. I would take Brennan over McNeil, especially because I've got DCL as well. I mean, maybe you don't have any Everton cover and you're looking, because I've already got Mikalenko and DCL in my team. Maybe my mind is a bit biased about McNeil. But yes, I mean, if you want, you can definitely go with McNeil. Trent, I'm keeping for this game week. I'll see next game week. I'll sell him to get Cole Palmer, I guess. Planning to roll now. I think I'm rolling now. I actually don't see any kind of, thing is, I don't want to make any short-term moves. If you understand. So Havertz has traveled with the squad. Solanke, Johnson, Madison start. No confirmation on Saka. So this guy is called Sam FPL. He's just posted that Havertz has traveled with the squad. And Solanke, Johnson and Madison start. No confirmation on Saka. That's what he's posted. I'm just telling you what he's said. You can just, you want to believe it. Otherwise, you can let go. Geeta says all the best. You're welcome, mate. Spurs have a lot of options. He can be subbed after 60. McNeil won't ever be. That is true. Brennan Johnson never, hardly ever plays beyond 70 minutes. And McNeil plays the entire game. That I agree with you. Start Vardy or Diaz. Vardy, I guess. I don't know. It's just a difficult question. Maybe Vardy because Liverpool got a difficult... We don't have any information about Luis Diaz, no. Only speculations or voting by fans who think that Luis Diaz should start, but we don't have any news about Luis Diaz starting as such. So we don't have any information on Luis Diaz. It's just speculation. We've got news on Solanke, Johnson and Madison. That's all we've got. First on the bench, Robinson or Dunk? Dunk plays against Newcastle away. They're both tough games, to be honest. I guess Robinson. I don't know, but I said Robinson. Do you think Jimenez will make returns? I don't think. I think it's a tough game against Aston Villa, but Jimenez gave a really good assist against City. So why can't, I mean, I think he can. He can make returns. Or he can give good returns, I guess. I don't know. I think he can. At least he'll start. That's all I can tell you about it. All the best, everyone. Hope Palmer doesn't ruin my week. All the best, guys. Is Johnson starting? I think he will start. Brennan Johnson, I think he'll play. I think obviously I'm not a prophet, but you know, like I can't make a prophecy, but just kind of I can predict. You know, like I think it's a good game. Against West Ham United. If West Ham don't play a low block, I think Brennan has a good chance to get returns. But if they start sitting deep, that's where Brennan Johnson's kind of effectiveness gets taken out of the game. Last question, Gordon or Rogers? Guys, we don't have much time left. Lock your teams. No more no more answering any questions now. I would start Gordon over Rogers. I would start Gordon. 100% I would start Gordon over Rogers. Guys, lock your teams. Please lock your teams. I'm telling you. Please lock your teams. Saka, I don't think he would start. I feel some, to be honest with you. I have less hope of Saka starting. Let me refresh my... Guys, we've got 2 minutes remaining. Please lock your teams. We have no information about Saka, mate. Last question was, should we even bother watching United versus Brentford? You should definitely watch it, mate. It's going to be a very good game. Sell Diaz for Mbumo. I mean, against Manchester United, it's going to be a tough game. I don't think you should. No. Sell Saka to Foden in the cards for me then. Yeah, you can do it, but you've got 1 minute to complete the transfer, mate. Quickly. If you want to do it quickly. Otherwise, don't make the transfer. You've just got 1 minute left, guys. You're leaving it too late. Good luck all, says CAV. Good luck, mate. Good luck. Whew. Guys, so many questions. You don't even give me time to drink, have a sip of water. Too many questions. But I'm not answering anymore. No matter what happens, no more answering questions unless you lock your teams. N says, thanks, P. I appreciate the answers and consistency for these few years. Cheers, mate. Thank you so much for coming. Much appreciated. No transfer Viz. Thakif, no transfer. I'm just just couldn't make up my mind too quick. You know, just let's... We're doing predictions? Yeah, sure. If you want, we can do predictions, mate. Sure. I'm kind of expecting a big fat red arrow, you know, like going back down to kind of, you know, like 4 million back from 3 million, and then, you know, we can start building up. Because the thing is, you know, I don't want to waste my transfers doing short-term stuff all the time, guys, you know, and that's just not how it works out for me. It's just I don't like that at all, you know. So I always feel that, you know, we don't fix stuff all the time. Vent Martinelli to Johnson, says Avanish. I think that's a good move to make, Avanish, because done Saka to Foden before 30 seconds. Cheers, mate. That's great. I feel some. I mean, that's a great transfer to make, to be honest with you. I don't have anything against Foden. I think that's a great move, especially to go there before the crowd. And if you catch a haul against Wolves, I mean, that would be absolutely great. You know, I'm just gonna be left licking my wounds because I just didn't want to make my moves. You know, I did not make my moves. That's all I want to say. Tottenham Hotspur put the picture of Son. Like you go to this Twitter and everybody's kind of selling Saka for Foden, and it just gives you a FOMO. Somebody's selling Saka to Son, somebody's selling Saka to Foden, Saka to, you know, like crazy. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Did the same move with 3 seconds left, says George. Man, that's crazy. You guys are crazy. I would get a heart attack trying to pull off that kind of a stunt. Anyways, let's do quick predictions, guys. And you know, I want everybody who's kind of watching to kind of participate. I would absolutely love that. Saka could haul, by the way. It doesn't matter. I don't even think, you know, I don't even know whether he starts or not, and I'm the least bothered right now. It's fine, you know. Let's see what happens. It's, we can't keep fixing stuff every week. It's just not the way we want to play. Yes, I mean, I could move Saka to Palmer, for example. I had the money as well. But the problem with that move is, like, even Palmer doesn't have a good fixture. Lighter says I rolled, I couldn't see any long-term moves. Next week, I think it'll be much more clear. Maybe I'll move on Trent Alexander-Arnold and Luis Diaz to a kind of a Palmer, as well as a Pedro Porro or something like that. I think that would be much better in regards to my own team. This week, if I have to suffer a rank hit, then I might. I don't know, but I'll take risks, obviously, to move up the ranks. I have to. I can't be struggling all the time. Once you kind of get stuck in the rut, in like, for example, these 4 millions and 3 millions, it becomes hard to kind of get out of it. And that's the reason I'm kind of keeping 3 transfers, so that I can attack a particular game week and simply just get ahead of the curve quickly, and bringing in, for example, if I had transferred out, for example, Luis Diaz for a Brennan Johnson, I don't think that would be a long-term fix for my team. So that's why I kind of just rolled. All right, Spurs. I'm going with a 3-1 win for Spurs against West Ham United. I think Spurs will score 3. West Ham can score 1, possibly 2. It depends on how Bowen plays. West Ham as well. I don't know how they're gonna play. Maybe they're gonna put a low block and try to hit them on the counter attack. I mean, sometimes that has worked for West Ham United, but Lopetegui, I think he just doesn't know how he wants to play at this moment in time. So let's see how it goes. I'm going with a 3-1. Todd's going with a 3-1 as well. Avnish says 4-1. Azmir says 3-0. Poro 1 assist and at least 1. I hope. Yeah. Spurs 3-2 says Light Rays. George says 3-2 as well. So everybody's expecting goals in this game, which is not good, because I know a lot of people have brought in Brennan Johnson, but can't do anything about it. Fulham versus Aston Villa. This I'm going with a 2-2 draw in this game. I don't think this is going to be a low scoring game, but I think it's going to be a draw. So I'm going with a 2-2 in this game, because Fulham have been amongst the goals, especially Raul Jimenez coming back to form. I don't think there's going to be a winner in this game. I'm going with a draw. Todd says 1-1. Azmir says 2-2. Light says 2-2 as well. George 1-1. Geeta says 1-1. So everybody's kind of going with a draw. The only difference is somebody's going with the 2-2. The other is going for a 1-1. Only Avnish is going with the 2-1 win for Villa. No moves, Fadzali. No moves for me, bro. Might come back to regret that later, but no move for me. No move for me. Next week I'm gonna make my moves. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah. So Fulham, I'm going with a 2-2 in the end. Ipswich versus Everton, I'm going with a 2-1 win for Everton. I think Everton have to win this game. I think Delap can score in this game, 1 or 2 goals. Delap is good, but I think Everton are going. If Everton have to survive, they have to beat these kind of teams now. So I think we're gonna see the best of Sean Dyche football, and I'm going with an Everton win. Such patience from you with Luis Diaz last week and now Saka. Well, Fadzali, I've learned how to play kind of with the patience, not being influenced by the crowd. It comes back to bite me a lot of times, but at least it is my own decision, I'm not kind of following the crowd. That's not what I want to do. Of Manchester United versus Brentford. Oh, sorry, I have to see your... Todd says it's going to be a 0-0 draw. Azmir says don't care for this fixture. Geeta says 0-1 Everton. George says 2-1 Everton. Fazili says 2-0 win for Everton. Lighter says 2-2 again. Wow. So nobody's predicting an Ipswich win. Either it's an Everton win or a draw. I think draw is only by Todd and Light Race as well. All right, I'm going with a 2-1 for Everton. And the next one, Manchester United versus Brentford. I'd say this is going to be a 2. United can score 2 goals. I don't know. 1-1, I guess. I don't know. 1-1 draw. I don't know. I find United hard to predict at this moment in time. It's just so much uncertainty around United with all this Ten Hag, whether he's leaving, whether he's staying, whether he's got the players, whether he's lost the dressing room. I'm going with the 1-1 between Manchester United and Brentford. Again, Brentford to score early and then United to come back and equalize and just kind of stay there. Todd says 2-0. Azmir says 1-0. I hope to God he says he's a United fan. George says 2-1 to United. Lightra says 2-1 to Brentford. 2-1 to Brentford. Wow. That would be a story, wouldn't it? That would definitely put like the last nail in the coffin if we can say that for Ten Hag. Geeta says 2-1 to United. I hope for the sake of Ten Hag, that United don't lose this game, but United are the most unpredictable team in the league. That's exactly why I'm finding it hard to predict the score of this game. I'm just gone with the safe score of a 1-1. Let's see. But everybody is saying 2-1, either in United's favor or in Brentford. Todd says 2-0 actually. So let's see how it goes. Newcastle versus Brighton. I feel this game is hard to call these games. In the world, I might add up Sunday league teams being more predictable. I'm going with the 2-1 win for Newcastle. I actually wanted to go for a 2-2 draw, but I think it's playing too safe, just calling draws all the time. But I really feel that because Brighton have got goals in them, right? They beat Spurs last week and they were trailing initially. I'm still going to go with the 2-2 in this one. Let's see. So because I feel that Brighton have goals, especially now, if they got Joao Pedro coming back and, they've got a decent team, Brighton. So I'm going with the 2-2. Todd's going with the 2-2 as well. Lightra is going with the 3-2 Newcastle. Newcastle scored 3. Newcastle is another team which is I find hard to predict a little bit. If Isaac comes back, I think they'll be a much better team. But I'm going with the 2-2 in this one. Next one, guys, Southampton versus Leicester. Again, I don't want to say a 2-2 in every game. Geeta says 2-1 Newcastle. I feel Leicester is a better team than Southampton at this moment in time. The way James Justin scored those 2 goals against Arsenal, they've got this experience of Vardy at the front. I'd give 1-1 in this one. 1 for Southampton, 1 for Leicester. Newcastle at home is very different to away. That I agree with. Even against City, they were pretty good. But City always find a way to kind of. I think they drew against City, didn't they? They drew against City, right? Newcastle. Yeah. They drew against City. That's right. So I'm going with the. Yeah, I could go with the 3-2 win for Newcastle, but I just don't know. I think Brighton are also a bit unpredictable as a team. 2-2, I'm going to still stick with the 2-2 in Brighton. And in Southampton, Leicester, I'm going with the 1-1. Let's see what you have to say. Todd says 0-1 win for Leicester. George says 1-1. Geeta says 2-1 win for Leicester. Bournemouth versus Arsenal, again finding it hard to predict because I don't even know what's Arsenal team gonna be like, whether Martinelli is gonna play, whether Havertz gonna play, whether Saka gonna play, whether Julian Timber gonna play, is Ben White fit enough to play. There's lots of kind of uncertainties here, but I think Arsenal will win this game, 2-1, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to predict this game, because Bournemouth do play an open game. And if Arsenal want to exploit the spaces, they need Martinelli. If Martinelli doesn't play and if Saka doesn't play, then they've got nobody who's going to run behind and kind of exploit the spaces. So Azmir says 0-3 Arsenal, Geeta says 0-3 Arsenal, George says 0-2 Arsenal, Lightra says 2-0 Arsenal. So everybody predicts an Arsenal win in the end. I hope for the best. Fingers crossed, guys. Wolves versus Manchester City. I think City is going to win this game 3-1. I think the City have not been at their rampant best. They've been struggling for creativity, but they've been winning with their grit. Now if Foden comes back, they might get that attacking spark back a little bit. I'm going with the 3-1 City win. I don't think City keep a clean sheet in this game. I think Cunha, is really, really good. You know, he's really direct, really good. I think he can score one. Todd says 4-0. George says 5-1. Lighter says 4-1. Wow, guys, you're expecting. Then Haaland captaincy is going to be really good. Azmir says 4-1. Will definitely let go a goal in the 5th minute. Yeah, City always concede, don't they? That's why I never go with Edison as my goalkeeper. You know, it's very frustrating. Once they concede a goal, you know you're not even gonna get any save points. So yeah. Liverpool versus Chelsea. So I'm going out on a limb here, guys. It's gonna be tough. I think 2-1 to Liverpool. I think Liverpool gonna win this game, because the thing is, I don't really know how Maresca sets up in the big games. I don't know how Arne Slot sets up in the big games. I'm just kind of predicting from the first 7 games. I don't think it's the right attitude to kind of predict like this, but we don't have much information to go from. So what can we do? So I'm going 2-1 for Pool. Maybe it's because it's Anfield, it's a big game, you know, contesting for the top 4 title, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, 2-1. Let's see what you have to say. Todd says 3-1 to Liverpool. Geeta says 2-0 to Pool. 0-0 says Azmir. George says 1-0 Liverpool. Jota assisted by Diaz. Yeah, I mean, Jota does like to score in the big games. I give you that. I take that back. 2-1 to Chelsea. Whoa. That would be crazy, innit, man? That would be crazy. That would be insane. 3-2 to Liverpool. I mean, that would be bad for my team, because I've Chelsea scored 2. I mean, Palmer is definitely sure to be involved. FPL Sam is giving all the predictions together, so he says 2-1 to Tottenham, 2-2 Liverpool Chelsea, Fulham wins. Nice. Ipswich wins against Everton. So FPL Sam's predictions are against everybody's. He thinks Ipswich gonna win, Fulham gonna win, Liverpool draw is fine. He thinks Tottenham are gonna win 2-1. That's again fine. Manchester United 2-0. We went for a draw. All right. I'm going for the last one, guys. Nottingham Forest versus Crystal Palace, a game which nobody's interested in. I don't think. If you've got Wood, then it is fine. But if you've got Eze, then you might be interested. But otherwise, I don't think many people have these players. But Nottingham Forest have been very frugal at the back. They've not been conceding many goals. They went away to Anfield and they actually won the game. They've proved very, very difficult for, even teams like Chelsea. I think they drew with Chelsea last week, didn't they? Yeah, they drew with Chelsea last week. They went away to Anfield, so they're a bit of a, difficult team to beat. So I'm going with Nottingham Forest win 2-0 over Crystal Palace. 2-0 I'm going with. Todd thinks Crystal Palace is going to win 1-0. Wow, crazy. Todd, wow. George says 1-0 Forest. Yes. I'm getting sells this week. I don't make keeper transfers once I've played my wild card. I just don't like that. Team is out in 1 minute. Yeah. Bournemouth 2-1 Arsenal. Wolves 3-1 Manchester City. For a hat-trick. Yeah. Nottingham 2-2. Wow, that would be nice. That would be nice. I feel that Nottingham would need to peak, and then start kind of mean reversion, coming back to the mean where we all expect them to be. But I'm going with the 2-0 win for Nottingham Forest in this one. So that's about it for the predictions, guys. As Fadliz has said, that the team news is going to be out now. Probably just wait. The West Ham team news is out. Ariola, Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, Kilman, Emerson, Rodriguez, Soucek, Paqueta is there, Bowen, Antonio, Kudush. The team looks alright. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. What about the Spurs news? Is it out yet? I don't follow Spurs on Twitter, sorry. I'll just go to their page and see what comes up. Tottenham. Yeah, there you go. So Spurs team news is, what do they have? I'm sorry, I'm unable to open their page, guys. Maybe they've blocked off Arsenal fans, huh? Southampton 9-0 Leicester. Yeah, I remember not owning any players. I think I didn't own anybody in that game, yeah. Oh man. Match day mode. Spurs haven't posted their team news as of now, have they? Not on Twitter. Maybe on SofaScore I can check. No. We only have West Ham team news. I don't see any Spurs team news. FPL draft game Wisdom 14 minutes code V71GYU. Is the game back live? I'll join the draft. Guys, don't forget the fantasy draft, please. Todd has created this draft. Join a private league code, team name FPL Wizard, favorite team Arsenal, agree to the terms and conditions, join private league, and I'm in. Wow, guys, we've just got me and Todd in here. Please come on, let's join. This is the league code. I've pinned the message, guys. Please join. Let's have some fun. Everybody, we've got 14 more minutes to join, and everybody join. What's the fun if we don't play? I don't even know how to play it, FPL Sum. I'll try it. I'm never been very good. Countdown to draft. So Todd, you should tell us how to play this, by the way. Like we get to choose one player each, or like what happens here? Gotta pick time limit. Guys, 11 minutes to go. There's live kind of transfer windows in which you have to choose your players. I think I'm gonna go wrong in this one though, because I've never played draft now. It's been a long time. Guys, if you join, just let me know. For now, we've just got me and Todd in here. We need at least 6 participants to get this to work. And we've got 10 people watching, so please just join. Just hit the league code and just enter. By the way, I'm looking for Tottenham news. Son starts. There you go. The team news is out. Son is starting. Johnson is starting. Solanke is starting. Kulusevski, Madison, Bissouma, Udogie, Van de Ven, Romero, Pedro Porro. Everybody has a unique team. 90 seconds between picks. All right. That's great. So Sam is here. Fadzali, George, guys, come on, join. That will be interesting to pick our teams. That's great, Todd. That's great. I'd love to be a part of that. Can I do it live though? But then everybody will see it, and I don't know. Where is the draft? FPL challenge, is it? Is it called FPL challenge? There you go. Fantasy draft. There you go. Can you see it, guys? This is my draft. Countdown to the draft is like 10 minutes. And we've got just 3 people in here. Todd, Sam, and myself. Once you pick a player, nobody else can pick them. Yeah, I remember that part though. But to kind of start the draft, we need more players. Unfortunately, nobody's in here as of now. How to draft players? It's not clicking. We can't draft it now. It'll take 9 minutes to start yet. Don't worry, I'll pick my players. Maybe we're gonna have to I don't know. If we don't get enough players, maybe we're gonna have to push it back until we can kind of get more players in. But this should be interesting to say the least. So will this be for this game week or for the next? Like when does the scoring start? Does the scoring start in this game week or does it start in the next one? That I don't know. Light rays if you're in here. George. Whoever's watching, guys, just hit the league code and just join our private league. We need 6 players to kind of start it. Once we have fun. Oh, so it starts in game week 9. Sorry, I have no idea to play draft. I don't have any idea either, mate. But I'm just kind of trying it for the first time, just to have fun. What happened? Oh, there you go. Todd, what happens in case the draft countdown minimum league size is 6? So if we're stuck at 3 players, what happens then? I don't know. Oh, hang on, let me. Let me write in the Twitter group. I don't even know why I'm doing this live though. Anyways, guys, I mean, I've seen the Spurs team news. I think there's nothing out of the ordinary except that we've got Bissouma, Madison, and Kulusevski. So Bentancur doesn't start. I mean, that's interesting, to say the least. The league will abort with less than 6 players. That's fine, Todd. I mean, we can then set it up later, and then we can at least actually tell people to kind of join. As of now, we've got 7 minutes to go, and we don't have enough players here. We don't want the league to abort, guys. Come on. What's the point? Juggernaut says I'll join. Alright. The game is updating. How do we get to draft? Just click on Hey Wizard, hired it going. Hey Kabir, I hope you're doing well. What's going on? I don't even think oh, I'm fine, mate. I'm fine. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well too. Thank you so much for asking. We've got 6 minutes to go. We need 3 more players so that our draft. Nightwiz, can you just go to FPL draft option? It opens. Yeah, just click on fantasy and then you go to fantasy draft and join private league and just put in the league code and then it opens. Build your watch list. Oh, I can build my watch list, huh? I'll get watch means I'll watch Palmer. I'll watch Haaland. I'll watch Salah. I'll watch Saka. I'll watch Mbumo. I'll watch Watkins, Nicholas Jackson. I'll watch Welbeck, McNeil, Alexander-Arnold, Wood. I mean, Madison is fine if we don't get the others. Raya, yeah, why not? Who else? Brennan Johnson is alright. Bowen, you can get it. So, I'm watching some players here. Sean, I don't know. Diogo Jota, I mean, yeah, long term, good. Raul Jimenez, Mitoma, James Justin, 4.6, I don't know. Robertson, Buonanotte, Calvert-Lewin, Iwobi, Mazraoui, I don't know. Pedro Porro, maybe. We're gonna always struggle for defenders. Maybe Collins from Brentford, I don't know. No. How many people do we have, by the way? I'm just kind of making a watch list here. This watch list, 8 Nouri. Yeah, I can watch 8 Nouri. Why not? Where's Gabriel? Did I watch Gabriel? I want Gabriel in my team for sure. I don't. Yeah, watching Gabriel. We have 4 so far. Come on, guys. We need 2 more people. Oh, there you go. Son starts. I know that now. Who do we have? We've got Juggernaut. Come on, guys. We need more people. We've got like 12 people watching. We need more people. Why have I spent all that time making a watch list? We've got 5 now. We've got Scott, Devendra. Yeah, we don't have Juggernaut here. We've got Scott. We've got Sam. We've got Todd and myself. Oh, Lighter says I'm Scott B. So we should start calling you Scott B, huh? Cheers, mate. Hang on, let me tell you one. Right, one more needed, and then it'll start. I mean, it'll be nice to kind of get started. Once we once we do well, once we kind of get into it, then we can kind of set it up properly, and then I'll probably set up a draft for everybody to kind of play, the people who come and so or maybe Todd can set it up on a bigger scale. That would be nice. I still have no idea what to do. Basically, in 3 minutes the windows, the transfer window is gonna open, and everybody's gonna get one chance to kind of bid for that player. I think that's something like that. I mean, you know, so once the player, like for example, if I've taken Haaland, nobody else will have that player. So you can't have all the players you want. You can only select between the leftover players which anybody else hasn't taken, and you get one window to kind of pick players. So it's kind of like that. So in draft, if one person owns Haaland, the other person owns Salah, then only that person can have Salah and only the other person can have Haaland. So you can't have the same player picking a team. Yep. Picking the team starts in 2 minutes. And I have a watch list ready. You just have to click on draft when the window opens. I don't know, I'll try it. Budget is, I think, the budget is the same, 100 million, I guess. Todd, is the budget the same? I don't really know about that. But I think it's the same, 100 million. But the number of players keep getting limited after what the other person picks, you know? That's what happens. So you don't get the option to pick anybody you want. You just have to pick between... do we have the requisite number of players now, guys, or do I have to go to fantasy draft, ask to join private? Yeah, that's done. But we've got 6 people. Thank you so much, everybody. At least our draft is starting now. Who's the 6th one? Whipple. Thank you, Whipple. Thank you for joining. At least we've got 6 people now. Right, guys. Now we enter draft room. There you go. Wiz is in the room, guys. You gonna do this. Where's Haaland? Guys, Palmer's got the same points as Haaland. Can you believe that? It's insane. No budget. Yay! I'll just get all the Haalands and the Salahs and the Sakas and the Palmers, and I know I'm not gonna get anybody. Quick, fastest finger first. Yeah. You already know who's gonna win this, guys, don't you? Quick. This is nice though, guys. You should do this more often. Click enter the draft room. Yeah, everybody enter the draft room, guys. Enter the draft room. Later on, there's gonna be no players left for you. Don't blame me later if I get all the Haalands and the Salahs and the Sakas and the Mbumos and the Watkins. Yeah. So when can we start clicking on the draft? I'm in the draft room, but it is not letting me click on the draft. Guys, ready? 25 seconds to go. Todd will smash us. We've got no idea what we're doing. That's true though. That's absolutely true. Well, I'm kind of gonna click random selection order serpentine draft. What? What is serpentine? All right, we're on. What do we do? What? I can't click on anything. Where to click? All right. No, nobody's letting me do anything here. Pick countdown. What's the pick countdown? Why can't I pick anybody? Oh, Whipple is picking now. Okay, it's the turn of Whipple to pick. Now it's Todd's turn. Why does Whipple get the first turn? Why, man? Why not me? Who did Whipple pick? Todd is picking it now. Ah, that means, oh, Haaland is gone. Salah is gone. What the hell? And now Scott B's picking. Oh, mate. Oh, mate. You're gonna pick all the players, pick Palmer, and now Sam is picking. Now he's gonna pick Saka. Who am I going to pick? This is insane. I'm not gonna play this game. This is cheating, guys. Oh, mate. Everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. Sam is not picking, at least. He's gonna leave Saka for me. He's a friend. He's a real gentleman. Guys, this is insane, but... If it was a draft of 16 people, it would be insane, I'm telling you. Some, pick your player, bro. Quick. Scott picked Palmer. Alright. Guys, but who should I pick? Ooh. Watkins? I don't know. Yeah, I know it's Sam's turn, but I got nobody to pick. Oh, Nana. Sam, pick your player, bro. Your time's running out. He's leaving Saka for me, but the thing is, I'm not even sure if Saka plays. But it's game week 9, right? Yes, I'm gonna pick Saka. The next, I'm gonna pick Saka. See, Sam is a friend. He's a true friend. I told you. He's gonna let me pick Saka. Devendra's turn next. What? Oh, Sumesh has picked Saka now. Devendra's picked Watkins. Now it's my turn. Oh, mate. Oh, mate. I got nobody to pick. Nobody's left. You guys. I joined before everybody else. So why am I getting the 6th turn? All right, let's go, guys. Let's not be crying. I don't know who to pick. Seriously. I get 2 in a row, but that's not the point, bro. It's just... alright. Yeah. I get 2 in a row, huh? Alright. I'll pick Havertz then. And I'll pick... I guess. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna lose this, I know. I've already lost it. I got absolutely nobody like really good to pick from, and it is just wow, insane. Now everybody's gonna pick like, oh man, Son was there. I didn't put him on my watch list. See, this is what happens when you don't know how to play. FPL Sum is just too good. You guys are too good. You guys are too good. Alright, I'm gonna pick from the bottom of the kind of like nobody knows about this player. Who's picking next? Light Rays, it's your turn. Go pick Onana. Oh man. Oh man. It won't be good for me to come last, right guys? You have to leave somebody for me. Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep, cabins old, we must away ere break of day, to find a long forgotten gold. Todd is picking now. Scott's picked McNeil. So basically, you haven't left anything for me to pick, and I'm doomed. Vardy. I'll pick Vardy. Why not? Vardy's nice. Todd's picked Solanke. Now Whipple's turn. This is too kinda like dependent on who gets the first turn, man, or first, second turns. I mean, it's just... Whipple, pick your player, bro. Light Ray says this is the weirdest game. It is weird though, but it's interesting to say the least. Crap, I didn't see I didn't see him either. You know, I was like, man, Solanke was there, but I panicked when everybody picked on Salah, Haaland, Palmer's, and you know, Isaac was there. You people are just so good at it. You know, you just find stuff from everywhere. Yeah, Todd took Solanke. You know, but I had the chance to take Solanke, but I didn't even remember that Solanke was there. You guys are too good at this, I'm telling you. Whipple gets 2 in a row. Wow. He'll get the rest. All the good players. Maybe I'll just pick the, just pick anybody. Let's see. Requires memory and quick thinking. Yeah, I mean, yes. Yes. It requires a bit of luck as well. And I should have got the first turn and then I would be happy though. Well, it's cool. It's cool. We're gonna set up another one of these though. And then, we're gonna keep playing until I get the first turn. I remember when we used to go play cricket in the ground when I was Foden. Oh, Todd, you've got such a good team, mate. I can't believe that you're finding such players. He got. It is one per week. I mean, it is one per week, but no. It's just gonna continue until the end. Now, I think you pick your players, and then you can change them. I think based on transfers. I don't really know this. Maybe Todd's gonna let us know. But this is a good start. This is a good start. Scott, your turn again. Scott, pick Onana, man. Come on, pick Onana. Gotta be sport. Oh man, this is interesting. Light race takes a long time too. He's like kind of thinking who to pick. Maybe I'll get a team which is like really bad. You gotta pick it now, Light race. It's snake draft order. Okay, so I mean Whipple knows what's going on here. Todd picked Foden. Sumesh picked Odegaard. Devendra picked Madison. Now I have to pick. Yeah. Who should I pick? There's nobody left. Yeah. I get that snake is fine, but then there's nobody left. Pick. There's nobody left to pick. Yeah, I picked Bruno, bro. Give me another turn. Give me another turn. No, they're not. See, I got 2 turns, Todd, but the options are less. Matata. Light race is quick. Absolute quick. You people are quick. I give you that. Todd, next time when my turn comes, please tell me which player to pick. I'd be really indebted to you. Love that. You gotta let Todd help me, guys. Any player who was injured but has got the potential. I'm going to pick that kind of player. I have one on my mind. Oh, Todd picked Nicholas Jackson. He was number 1 on my watch list now, but I knew I wouldn't get the chance to get him because I got Bowen before him. I know which one I'm gonna get next though. Let me add him. Ripple, it's your turn, bro. I guess this player is good. Yeah, I got one player which I'm gonna pick. You picked Diaz, huh? Nice. You guys are good at this. Picked Gabriel. Now I'm gonna have to we're picking a full team, yes. 3 strikers, 5 midfielders, 5 defenders, and yeah. Todd's turn is next. Todd picked Alexander Arnold. Todd's gonna beat us hollow in this game, I'm telling you. Remember this. Gonna beat us hollow. Black and blue. Light Rays, your turn. Todd must have like a team which we really like want in a real game. Darwin Nunes. Oh, interesting. My pick is next. My pick is next. Vendru picked. Todd, which one should I pick? Tell me. We're not cheating here, right? We're friends. Friends have to help each other. No, I picked Rhea. Just a second. I'm trying to kind of focus. Pick Eze. Don't really like Eze, but see the midfielders are. Yeah, I mean, pick. Maybe he'll start playing well now. Good afternoon, mate. I hope you're doing well, Imran. I hope you made your transfers, by the way. We're playing draft here now. Hoyland. Oh. Don't tell them, bro. It's my turn, is in 8 turns now. Just, we need to stay quiet until... No, somebody's gonna pick Hoyland. Guys, he was saying Haaland, not Hoyland, right? Don't pick Hoyland. Gakpo. Ramesh has picked Gakpo. Imran, I hope you fixed your team, bro. Yeah, I hope you got through it. Mitoma, Dala, ups. Shh. Don't say names out loud. Keep them inside you. Johnson. Light Rays, you've got a pretty decent-ish team as well. I reckon. Whose turn is it? It's Todd's turn. He's gonna pick Hoyland. I know he's gonna pick Hoyland. Who should I pick? Yes, went for Palmer captain. Cheers, mate. Lighter says it's coming together. My team is not coming together at all. I needed a talisman and I don't have any. Imran, you should have been a part in this, bro. This is fun. This draft is really fun. I'm really enjoying playing this, actually. Thanks to Todd for starting it, to be honest with you. It's absolutely fun to play it. Even though it's not fun to be in the same position as myself, but I'm still having fun. Right. So Todd picked Hoyland. Now Whipple is gonna pick who? People don't pick any player starting from nothing. Just pick anybody. Guys, you're gonna help me a little bit here, right? You're gonna leave some players for me. Trossard. Interesting. He's got another turn. Alright. Nobody's picking Morgan Rogers in this, right? Because the money is kinda not an issue. So we should be able to kind of filter players with their price and not their points. This should be interesting. Okay, this player, if he doesn't go, then I think I'll take him. You picked Rico Lewis. Okay, nice. But why didn't you... don't say. Filter by draft rank. How to filter it? Sort by... Okay, draft rank. Chiesa, Sterling. Okay. Points, form. Okay, we can filter. Oh, we can filter it by very different options. Game started, penalties, ICT influence, minute played, own goal, penalties missed. Where is price? We can't filter them, but there's no price here. Oh. Points per match, I guess. Okay, I mean. But this team is for this week only. I guess so, Light Rays. We're gonna find it out. We're gonna find out. It's draft, Imran. We're playing draft. Actually, Todd set up a FPL draft league for us, and we're kind of picking our teams. So yeah, this is a draft. When's my turn? Todd's got 2 turns, right? Todd, who are you picking? Oh, Pedro Porro. Oh, man. Where's Madueke gone? Who picked Madueke? I was watching Come on, guys. You can't do that. You can't pick everybody. You can trade with each other. Alright, I'm the wizard. You're gonna have to give me Haaland. I'm gonna put a spell on you, a jinx on you, and get Haaland and Salah's and Palmer's from you. That's easy. Scott's turn. Can also pick from remaining players. Obviously will be crap, but I'll make friends with all of you and we'll trade. I'll put a spell on you guys. Look into the Palantir, the Authunk Stone. Look into the eyes of the wizard. I'll hypnotize you and I'll get you to transfer all these good players to me. Pedro Porro. Your turn's gonna be over soon, Scott. You got 20 seconds to pick. I'm pretty sure he's gonna find a gem. The gem. 8 seconds. Chiesa. What? Sumesh, are you picking so many Liverpool players, huh? Interesting. You picked Bruno, you picked Darwin Núñez, and you picked Chiesa. Can you pick any number of players from any team, guys, or is there a limit as well? Devendra picked Rashford. Where's Wood? I was gonna pick Wood. What? Where's Wood? Oh, somebody picked him. Not good, guys. Not good. Todd, you gotta help me. Light Race picked Wood. That's why. Chiesa was an auto pick. You can pick more than 3, right? Got it. I got 48 seconds. What should I do? I have no ideas. Right. I was thinking I'm gonna pick Wood and now Wood is gone. 35 seconds. What should I do? What should I do? I don't have any more midfield spots, do I? I picked Bernardo, Todd. Give me a striker or a defender. You got 1 minute, bro. Striker or a defender? Robo. Yeah, I guess so. There you go. Richarlison. Sam is picking a crazy team. Alright, this is just a try game. Alright guys, this is like a try ball in cricket. We're gonna do this again. But this is fun though. I really like it. Thank you so much, Todd, for setting it up. Really enjoying it. Do over. Yeah, that's true. Oh, we'll play this as well, and then we can do it like later. I mean, maybe setting it up in Game Week 12 or something. By that time, we'll get used to trading and stuff, and we'll have more people participate in this as well. Interesting. Very interesting. By the way, my missus is calling me. She's like, what are you doing? You said your stream is going to be for 1 hour, and you're like kind of sitting here for 1 more hour. Yeah, fine. Cells. So you started picking keepers, huh? I'll pick Rhea. No. I'll pick Eder. No. Edison's already gone. No, there's no Edison to pick. Look the other way, guys. Don't listen to me. Got 2 keepers. Light rays, which keepers did you get? Pickford? Up. What did you go with? Come on, Todd, it's your turn. 30 seconds to go. Rhea and Cells. Nice, man. That's the both great. I was looking at Rhea as well, but there's no options. I'm gonna go for a keeper as well. Hopefully I'll find one. Todd picked Declan Rice. Interesting. Whipple's turn now. Aha, I got one. Muniz doesn't not even playing, to be honest with you, really, bro. But I'm looking at this player now. I don't want to take the name because Whipple, it's your turn in now. I think Whipple picked Martinelli. Very interesting. Who should I pick? I guess I'll pick this one. Delap. Oops. Don't speak. Tarkowski. Yeah, Tarkowski is nice. But Everton, again, you're not good defenders. That's the issue. Whipple has another turn. Wait, where are the can I search for a player here? Yeah, so I'll search for Kala. Alright. Who picked Guardiola, guys? Come on, you can't do like this. You picked White. Sumesh is already ready for everything. He always picks. Alright. Vardy's gone as well, man. There's not many players left. I really want to know if this team is just for 1 week or ongoing. Lightweight, you can trade between trade players with other people. Like there's not gonna be like transfers per se, but you can trade players with other people. If somebody's like willing to trade, there's a chat box below and you can actually trade with other people. That's all. Like, it's going to be ongoing until the end of the season, this draft. It's not for 1 week. This is going to keep on going. All you can do is pick new players from the ones which haven't been taken, or you can trade players, give your player to the other person and take player from him. It's just like that. You can trade the players with somebody else. So who's got Haaland? And if you want Bruno Fernandes, you know, you can take him. Bruno gets 5 points for a goal. Haaland gets 4. I mean, that's a very good reason for you to pick a midfielder over a striker. So if you want, you can take Bruno Fernandes from me. I have no problems. If you're gonna stick Haaland into my team and you're gonna take Bruno from my hands, I don't have a problem. Yes, he gets 5 points for a goal and Haaland gets 4. But if it's okay, if you want him, I'll give him to you. You know. You get the point, right, guys? Todd has picked Ederson. There you go. I was thinking, why is nobody picking Ederson, but Todd has. By the way, Haaland gets less bonus points as compared to a midfielder as well. So, you know, Bruno's on penalties, so is Haaland, but then, you know, your Bruno's kind of on corners, free kicks. Haaland is not. Haaland is just a goal machine and nothing else, guys. You don't want Haaland over Bruno Fernandes. Come on. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. And I can give you a midfielder who plays as a striker as well. I've got Mbumo, you know, he's on penalties. Man, you've taken Sanchez. You're not gonna leave anybody for me, are you? Is anybody convinced? I've tried my best, and if you're still not convinced, I'm not sure what will convince you then. Murillo, Martinez, Van Hecka. If single player trade, then same position. Nah, it's alright. You give me Haaland, I'll give you Calvert-Lewin, and then you can give me another player for Bruno Fernandes. That's not a problem, bro. Sabernay, Lacroix. What should I take? I've got KDB. Wow, you got KDB? That's awesome, man. Oh, why didn't I ever think of that? Maybe I'll pick Odegaard, but Odegaard is already gone, right? I think Sumesh took him. Yeah. I think we're going to have to look at the injured players. For example, Alisson Becker is injured. You can think about him. When he comes back, we can play him. And until then, we can take the other goalkeeper. And that's also a possibility. But I don't know why I'm telling this to you live so that you can pick it. Guys, I'm really going to have to be rushed. Guys, you're picking all the players. I'm not going to play with you guys. I'm going back home. What do I do? I've got strikers, I've got the midfielders, right? What? When's gone now? Guys, you've left literally... I don't know what I've done, but anyways, let's see. I think everybody's gonna be gone by the time I get my turn next time. Share, that's nice. See, some always find somebody. 8 Nouri, wow. 8 Nouri was on my watch list. Hang on. Let me add. I keep adding players to my watch list, and by the time my turn comes, it's almost always empty. Brogan, Johnston. Oops. Shh. Far away, the pines were roaring on the height. The winds were moaning in the night. The fire was red, it flaming spread. The trees like torches blazed with light. Far away, the misty mountains cold, in dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away at break of day to find a long forgotten gold. Come on, you got Ganate. You got another turn. You gotta pick some. My watch list is totally empty now, guys. If you ask me, I don't know who should I pick. Well back. What? He was still there? Then let's pick Joao Pedro. I mean, that's also be an option. Michel. But I don't have a place for a striker. I just need a goalkeeper and 2 defenders, so yeah. My pick is next. Alisson Becker. It's the FPL Sam is just making a team of Liverpool. That's all he's doing, I'm telling you. I don't know who to pick. Any ideas, guys? Not giving me too many options, are ya? I just need a defender. That's all I need. Right, let's go. Gehi says start. I've already picked Stones though. Dilet. No. I don't know. My team looks like absolute shit. Oh man. Even can try with Timber. Yeah, I mean Timber. The problem with Timber is, you know, he'll always get rotated with white Calafiori. Calafiori is gone. Sumesh picked Ake. Look. So Sam is the most intelligent. He's picking the injured players, which will come back later and just, you know, beat us all. Can try with Timber. Konza is available as well, but you're gonna take him before me, I know. Scott picked Julian Timber. Mosquera, Castagna, Tierney, Henry, Heke. You picked Pinnock, nice. Patterson, Cuenca, Luke Shaw, Malacia, Lascelles, Target. No, even the injured players are not good anymore. You already picked the good injured players. Cucurella possibly, but let's see. Whipple picked Vicario, nice. That's nice. All right, guys, I'm really have to run now because I've gotta take my son to football. Otherwise, I'm gonna get killed, guys. You don't want a wizard to die, because we don't really die, you know. We just leave this world willingly. I'm not a human. I'm a Velah. Luvita made me into a Velah. Anybody left? Vicario, come on now, it's your turn now, Whipple. Pick anybody, bro. You've got a good team. Let's finish it off quickly. Unless you want a dead wizard, that's totally fine. Whipple picks Kukurea. Konsa's not been taken, huh? Konsa's a nice option, I'm telling you. Gehi is good too. Murillo. Pau Torres has also not been taken. Interesting. Alex Moreno, Diego Carlos, Van Bissaka. You've got Leno. Interesting. Ortega, Moreno, Socek. What? It's my turn. Yay! What? But I don't have any options. Martinez. Alright, I'll pick Konza. Yay! We got 6 entrants. League trades. Alrighty, guys, we've picked our teams, and I'm gonna be off now. It was really fun, Todd. Thank you so much. Loved engaging with this. Maybe we'll do this again in a better way next time. You know, we can just fix it, before the stream so that more people can participate in this. But thank you so much for this one. Really had fun. Guys, I hope you have a great game week, and I will see you next week for next week's deadline streams. And for the love of God, please give me Haaland on the draft. I love you all. May the hours be green, guys. I'll see you. Bye-bye.